Welcome into the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
Oh.
I am Izzi, your lore master. Continuing with Eleothis, Land of the Woven Suns. And with me today, I have...
Hi, I'm Patrick. Don't mind my voice, but I am playing Malachi Morningstar. He is a Dampier Hexblade Warlock, and I rolled an 11.
An 11 plus 2 is a 13.
Lucky number 13.
Okay. Let's go opposite way.
Hi. Hi, I'm Julie. I play Kethra Evermoon, a human Circle of the Moon Druid, and I rolled, again, a 1.
A 1, I guess.
2 weeks in a row.
Damn.
That's a 3. That's a 3.
This little, I didn't behave myself spot is just growing.
Well, better luck over here, maybe?
Let's see. Hi, my name's Amanda. I play Iolite. She's an Earth Genasi Circle of Stars druid, and I rolled a lucky number 7.
7.
All right.
9.
Highest
For
so
a
far.
total of 9. Okay,
This
okay.
was higher. What was yours?
Oh, yeah, it
It was
was.
13.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Rub it in.
I am Cuba. I play Ayla Myrea. She's a tiefling glamour bard, and I rolled a 7 as well.
Plus 3, though,
4.
is for a 10.
4.
4 for an 11. All right, and last...
I am Adam. I play Eldon Strackhaven. He is a human Drake Warden Ranger, and I also rolled an 11.
An
All right.
11.
Low rolls. Low rolls.
So we
Are
got
you
2
at
of
the
the same, 2 of the same, and you by yourself.
An 11
Yo, here,
plus
just in the,
5 for 16.
Can't roll for you know what.
I'm at the top, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think
We
I
are
didn't think
continuing with our story, Eleothis, Land of the Woven Suns, which you can watch for free over on YouTube and our Patreon, where you actually get a little bit of early access to the podcast version. Thank you to the 87 patrons that we do have, and we much appreciate you. Yeah, go support our channel. Everything goes back into everything that we have. Merch, you can go to tinyurl.com/DDG merch and check out all of our designs. We've got some...
same shirt today.
I couldn't find my
We got some twinsies going on today. Dice Dragons. I don't know.
hats. We got cool hats.
There's always one.
Hats.
We got
Yeah.
stickers. We've got buttons. We've
It's
got
often
sweatshirts.
me.
Yeah,
Not this
we got sweatshirts. We got Be Gay, Summon Dragons. We got all kinds of stuff. And then if you are a New Bedford resident, Massachusetts, we have Reggae on West Beach. But we also have crop top
I had
hoodies.
somebody ask where we got our shirts today. Yesterday, when I went to the Lakeville, I took my kids to the Lakeville Harvest Festival. And
Okay.
I wore the Live by the Die, Die by the Die, just like the tank top, the simple one.
It's
And
a
she
nice
was like, "My son loves D&D. Where'd you get that?" And I wish I had a cut. I should have just been like, "Whoosh." But I did tell her, I was like, "Where the Dice Dragons Guild, you can look us up. We're on this, that." She was like, "I have to get my son one for
Check
Christmas."
our link. Check the link tree.
Yes. Linktree.
Links in the description below.
Exactly.
You just always have it up on your phone and just do a tap. Tap it onto their
Yeah.
phone.
I gotta keep just some merch with me so I can just be like,
Here's a shirt. It'll be $27.
Madam.
T-shirt can.
I need to just start carrying a dice bag and just...
bag of holding for shirts and merch.
Thank you so much to Monument Studios Fantasy Plus, Michael Gelfi Studios, Alexander Miller, aka the Boy King of Idaho, and Kevin McLeod via Incompetech for our ambiance and our background music. Thank you to them for allowing us to use it royalty free. You can check out the show notes where the links can be found. Cons and events. Captain Con is in February of 2026. I will be running a couple of games there. PAX Unplugged, though, is in a couple of weeks, and I wanted to go so badly, but I also heard that the Philly Marathon is the exact same weekend, and I can say, if it wasn't, I was going to make a last-minute pitch to go. But I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. But maybe next year, PAX Unplugged, all tabletop stuff, and it's in Philly. But we do have some friends from the compound that are going. I will put some more details in the Patreon as I find them out. Legendary Wares. We did our giveaway. 2 awesome folks won gift cards and dice. Oh, my dice bag's back here. Ugh. Legendary wares. They have these gorgeous dice bags with carabiners and easy access to your stuff with multiple
And if you're like me, it's got little things that you can fidget with.
little fidgets. Listen to
And
that.
pockets,
They're
right?
made out of metal, so I won't break them.
Got pockets.
Very
Got
nice.
pockets.
It's got pockets.
Very affordable.
It's got pockets.
Those have been the cracks of it here all week. And he's like, shut up, Julie.
Yeah, so you should go check them out, legendarywares.com. We are good friends with them, and we'll try to do some more. It was a great success because they only had like 125 Instagram followers somehow, and they are getting close to 300 because of the giveaway. So it's very nice. Yes, and we're approaching 2,000 followers on Instagram due to it. So great collaboration. You should check out their stuff. All right, and then finally, before we get started, you should check out this scribequill.com recap with character art by Mibble Art on Instagram and backgrounds from Beneos Battle Maps on Patreon. And don't forget to...
Like, share, subscribe.
Last session, the journey north to Davinia began under a cloud of solemnity and dread. Kethra was plunged into a vivid vision orchestrated by the enigmatic Yuri, showing her home, Squall's End, grotesquely transformed by a mountain of corrupted flesh, the god Moanda. At its core, Kethra sensed the twisted essence of her father, Rakus, and Yuri warned her that to stop the rot, he must go to its source. Meanwhile, the physical manifestation of the rot on Malachi and Eldon's skin began to worsen, the dark veins spreading as a faint whisper echoed in their minds. During their trek, Eldon and ttrpg had a difficult and transformative conversation. The young dragon revealed that while the newly ascended dragon god, Vast Ganvatorix, had cured him of the rot disease, the same prayer for Eldon had gone unanswered. ttrpg explained the harsh truth. He and the ancient dragon Pyrathorin were the true, enduring voices of the world dragon, while Eldon and his counterpart Zuruk were merely mortal echoes, fated to fade with time. Compounding this personal blow, ttrpg delivered grave news of a new war as Aprana had launched an assault on Aporian lands. Guided by Malachi's visions of the vampire hunter Dagon, he and Kethra located a hidden waterfall clearing, a place where Dagon and the vampire Lhorus had met centuries ago. At the base of a stone, they unearthed 3 ancient gold coins from the lost kingdom of Drisia, a tangible link to the past. The party soon reached the nameless hamlet they were searching for and learned of major political shifts. Davenia was in mourning for the late prince, but also celebrating the betrothal of Princess Mallory Morningstar to the Prince of Aprana, cementing a powerful alliance. Their respite was brief. They quickly identified a charismatic catfolk priest as a servant of Moanda, spreading the magical rot under the guise of faith. Enraged by the deception, Kethra followed the priest into the local temple. She burst in to find him infecting another villager via a grotesque, vine-like tongue. Kethra immediately transformed into a massive earth elemental, shattering the building's walls and initiating a fierce battle. The rest of the Woven Fates rushed to her aid. Eldon's arrows struck true, stunning the creature, while Iolite summoned a second elemental to help pummel their foe. Malachi, channeling his hexblade power, sprouted spectral wings and flew in to deliver the final blow, cleaving the priest in two with Bloodletter's shadow. After the battle, Malachi found a nearby stone carving of his sword that cast no shadow. Using his blood, he activated its magic, causing the rock wall behind it to grind open, revealing the dark passage into Lhorus's lair.
Just a few drops of royal blood, and the passage, once guarded by a stone monument to the Raven Queen's champion, revealed itself. A few deep breaths and shared glances, and you all stepped into the darkness of the tunnels. It's not long before you hear the rocks slide back into place from behind you, and the majority of you find yourselves plunged into darkness. Minor magics illuminate your way, and all is quiet. The smell of old stone greets you here. The tunnel widens gradually, the rough rock giving way to craftsmanship too perfect to be mortal. Each curve of the hall is carved with precision, all flowing lines and sweeping arcs etched in patterns that echo elvish heritage, elegant, intricate, timeless. But it is the light that first causes you to catch your breath. It gleams not from torches or braziers, but from the walls themselves. The crystal, rose-colored and shimmering with subtle inner fire, grows in spiraling veins along the smooth stone. Some jut outward like frozen petals, some grow in flawless columns, others are fractured, splintering from the pressure of time and battle. The natural illumination casts the entire passage in a gentle blush, as though the very air carries the memory of blood. The silence is profound here. Not empty, but reverent. You can feel it in your chest. That hush that only comes in places sacred or forsaken. The scent is clean, crisp mineral and faint iron, the echo of old magic. As you continue down these tunnels, is there anything that you are doing in preparation, individually or as a group, for what lies ahead and who you hope to find?
Kai is just being very quiet. When he first walks in, he's kind of just slowly brushing his fingers on the illuminated walls. Just eyes straight ahead, walking not fast, but just steadfast, going forward.
Okay.
Eldon would take up the rear in this case, since usually he's the one who takes up he's up front, but he doesn't know this place. He doesn't have light of his own to see, and he's got it, so he'll take up the back and watch our backs.
Okay. Is Thertrix behind you?
Behind or alongside.
Okay.
If there's room.
I'll give everybody 11 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Most likely Kethra would just get behind Kai, in case anything.
Ayla would be near Eldon.
Just everybody walking in silence. Afraid to make too much noise.
I'm admiring the Eldon architecture.
It is very beautiful, very old. The only thing you really can hear is the sound of your own footfalls as you progress forward. It's a straight path. There aren't multiple smaller tunnels that branch off from this one as you go. And it starts to become, more of a hallway in a sense. And as you walk, you see remnants of what this place once was. Marble benches inlaid with obsidian vines, murals carved into the stone depicting moonlit hunts, blood rituals, tables long since cleared of wine, tapestries woven from silk and thread of silver hang like ghosts along the walls, half beautiful, half decayed. A cracked goblet rests on a ledge beside a shattered lute. As you walk, being silent, I would assume. Everybody make a stealth check.
I want to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. you start to hear your own steps muffled by the stone almost softening like sand underneath your feet.
That's a plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled 2 11s. I get to roll with advantage, but that's 11, 11, 2 11s.
Get
Just now. My cloak of elven kind.
What do we get?
Pass without trace gives you
Plus
10. 30.
30.
32.
Okay.
It's 10. Oh, 18 then. Oh, I would have been
18.
fucked.
Also 18.
Okay.
22.
Okay. The corridor opens into a grand atrium, vaulted, vast, cathedral-like. Pillars rise like trees carved from rose quartz. The ceiling stretches high into darkness, lost to shadow. At the far end, framed by an uneven ring of jagged, gleaming crystal, is a dais. And driven deep into that central crystal, angled just so, as if marking a grave or warding off a ghost, is Bloodletter. Its dark metal gleams like a wound under starlight. And Kai, as you view this almost like tunnel vision of this pink magenta hued crystal with Bloodletter, the same vision that you had seen, you find yourself shunted in real time, almost violently, into a waking vision this time. The rest of you all see Kai just stops moving as you're kind of looking at this central crystal that takes up so much of your vision. And Kai, you stand in the silence of the cavern, cloaked in shadow as only you can be. The light of the crystals does not touch you. It dares not. You are a god of endings, of memory and silence, of promises once whispered and now broken. And yet, here you are, watching him. Dagon, your champion, your creation, your investment, your regret. He is old now, weathered, limping through tunnels once carved by hands long lost to time. The cavern hums around him, singing the death song he cannot yet hear. But you do. You hear it clearly. A farewell written in pastel light. How many times had you come to him? 100? More? Always with the same gift. Time. Power. Immortality. A return to purpose. You offered him his sword back. His glory, even, eventually, hope. You dangled the possibility of a cure, even if you knew none existed, just to see if he would turn his head. He never did, not once. Even when you said his name with reverence, even when you asked him to look at you, not as a goddess, but as the only being who had known him from the beginning to the end. Even then, he would not. And now, here you are, and here he is. Kneeling, breathing hard, driving Bloodletter into the crystal as if it were an altar. You almost smile. It is a beautiful burial for a relic so steeped in violence. He slumps. He turns. And you watch. They come, as you knew they would. Azura and his children. Creatures born of hunger and cunning, they descend upon Dagon with fury sharpened by centuries of vengeance. And Dagon, your champion, meets them not with a blade, but with those beautiful violet eyes. You feel it then, that strange, awful weight. Sadness. You know you shouldn't. He chose this. But what if the elves had never come to this plane? from the Fey realm? What if Lhorus had never existed? What if Dagon had never strayed from your path? You could have had all the time in the world. Instead, he lies broken beneath the claws of those he tried to save. And Lhorus, unchanged, still walking the night, still untouched by all of Dagon's sacrifice. You sigh. The physical world fades as you step into the between, the void where all souls pass, the velvet dark, cool and endless where the invisible threads of fate drift like silk. And there he is, whole once more, spirit and memory, quiet but present. You step forward, soft as breath, reach out. Dagon, you say, voice barely a ripple in the dark. He does not look at you. You move beside him and try again. Dagon, it is done. Come, let me guide you to your rest. He turns his head away. You blink. You've guided kings and tyrants, lovers and orphans, monsters and saints. All have followed. Some laughed, some wept, some cursed, but none turned away. He does. Again and again, you step before him. Each time he averts his eyes. He walks, never speaking, never stopping. The dark parts for him, and you follow behind, powerless. You call to him. He will not listen. You rage. For a moment, the void itself shakes with your indignation. How dare he? You are the Raven Queen. You are the end. And then the anger fades, and something unfamiliar takes its place. Guilt. He is gone now, lost somewhere even you cannot reach unless he allows it. His refusal echoes louder than any prayer you've ever received. You remain, and for the first time in your long existence, you whisper something you've never spoken before. Forgive me. I am so sorry. The words vanish into the void like smoke, but in your heart, if such a thing still beats, you make your own vow. You will find a way, not to bring him back, but to give him peace, to help him rest, because after everything, you owe him that. You pulled back into this atrium. The rest of you saw Kai not here, like physically here, but eyes open and unblinking for a solid 20 seconds, give or take, staring at him and waiting. And when you finally see him blink once more, it's almost as if, for all of you, the darkness of this space is lifted. And behind the crystal with bloodletter, you see, seated on a throne carved from crystal and bone, is a tall, dark-skinned, silver-haired elf. Lhorus. Kethra, you would know. On sight. Kai, obviously, would know. And he is not alone. Your breath catches in your throat again, but not from beauty this time. This hall is full. Hundreds of eyes turn toward you in a perfect synchronized silence. They sit, stand, perch, and stalk across the tiered balconies and wide stone floors of the atrium, Figures draped in velvets, silks, and armor, bare-chested brutes, and refined nobles alike. Pale faces and dusky ones, young and ancient, striking and monstrous. Thralls line the lower tiers, once mortal attendants with blank eyes and delicate collars. Above them cluster the spawn, lean and hungry, feral elegance seething beneath their flesh. And among them, perched like wolves watching a stranger across the den, are the full-blooded vampires. Dozens, scores. Their poise is regal, their presence oppressive. They do not speak, they only look. As one, they have turned from whatever counsels, musings, or games occupied them just moments ago to regard you. Newcomers who have stepped through a hall long sealed by stone, magic, and memory. A passage that, until now, no one had ever thought would open again. You feel the weight of their gaze like pressure behind your eyes. A few tilt their heads, bird-like. Others narrow their eyes. Some smile. There's no warmth in it. And all of you in this moment feel like mice that have stepped into a den of wolves. You can feel that there is no way out of this space without permission. As you stand there looking, is there anything that anybody does just in this moment as you all realize that you are standing in a hall full of vampires?
Kethra would grab Kai's hand.
Kai will take her hand, but step slightly in front of her, like putting one shoulder in front of hers.
And she wouldn't understand what he meant by that and just step forward and figure it out.
Eldon would turn to almost, I imagine, as if like the way we're standing, it would like complete the circle. You know what I'm saying? So we're all not facing just forward. You know what I mean? Like if everyone's turning and looking around, he's gonna turn so we make almost like a circle being surrounded.
Lhorus steps off of the throne dais, basically. He's up above where you can see that like Crystal is in front of you, and then up you see him perfectly. And he hasn't said anything. On his face is an expression of like a stoicism as he steps forward very slowly, the most fluid walk movement, almost like he's floating over the stone, but you can see his feet hit the stone. It's just the most practiced, elegant walk you have ever seen.
Like steady, no head bobbing, just...
Yeah, just like he's been practicing for 200 years.
Nobody look.
One day someone's going to come in here and I'm going to nail these steps.
It's like that when you have like a countertop and you do the...
He's at least 50, 60 feet away, but he closes the gap, never breaking eye contact with you as he kind of makes his way around the crystal and then stops probably about 10, 15 feet ahead of you. And you can see him looking, like taking you in. And for you, there is this feeling like you are seeing the way that you used to run to your sister when she would go away for a little while on some kind of diplomatic excursion with your grandmother and then come back, and she was the only thing you wanted to see and hug, especially as tiny children. This is like that, except so much deeper. It's like seeing your best friend, your brother, your only remaining family standing in front of you, and yet you have never seen him in person ever.
Kai will look at Kethra and give her a nod and release her hand, and he'll take a step forward. I've come a long way to meet you, Lhorus.
You all see his face that has been like very guarded, almost expressionless, but with that slight sadness behind his eyes. That melts away and he smiles. This bright, beautiful smile that you feel like you have seen hundreds of times before. A smile that brought you out of darkness a millennia ago, more times than you can count. Except now there are fangs. He's not hiding them in this moment. And he steps forward so that he's only, a few feet away looking at you. He's tall, and svelte, the same as he was in all of your visions. He has not changed, except that he does look very tired. And he says, with that smile, then just kind of puts his hands out just enough that it's like bridging half of the gap between you. And he says, my old friend, my son. And then you hear all of these whispers. All the rest of you are looking around, and you can see some of the vampires and the ones that are not more feral, kind of skulking around, some crawling along the tops of the roof, disappearing into the darkness. Those that are more elegantly dressed or just kind of more professionally dressed, they whisper to each other quietly. None of them daring to go any further than that, but he just stands there, hands out.
So it is true. You are my father.
Eldon's like... Because I don't think that he's told us this, right?
I think it's just Kethra, maybe?
Yeah.
Had
Eldon's eyes are wide, like, fucking...
Like, for real.
Ayla's watching the wall crawlers.
You see wall crawlers, but you also, at that, as you saying, so it's true, those of you watching the rest of the vampires, as I would imagine, some of them are just staring over at Theratrix, whispering amongst each other, but you do see one that just kind of floats effortlessly across behind, they're just, you can see they're crawling on walls, flying, floating through the air, flying over. You are in the presence of incredible danger and power, should it be unleashed upon you. There is no question. He says, you look just like him. The eyes. I haven't seen those eyes since... Well, it was a long time ago. Malachi Morningstar. I am Lhorus.
It's nice to finally meet you.
I am happy to hear you say that.
No, I feel as though I already know you.
A part of you does, I'm sure. We knew you were coming. He kind of like inhales slightly. We can smell all of you. He tilts his head slightly to look at the dragon standing in your midst. Very unique sense, indeed. But I should not be surprised that a descendant of Dagon would be traveling with heroes such as these.
These are my friends. Kethra, Iolite, Eldon and Theradrix, and Ayla.
A bunch of smiles around the
No, he's just too scared to shimmy. It's just
Well, she's really scared.
We are the Woven Fates.
an apt name.
I have many questions.
I can only imagine that you do. He stops for a moment, looks around at his court. These are my guests, and they will be treated with respect and accommodated for as long as they remain here. And after. And again, more whispers. Some of them...
Oh, fuck.
Does this mean we can't eat them?
Some of the less...
Just the taste.
we'll say, like, polite or well-mannered ones are, like, hissing up at the top. And, you know, there's, like, a definitely a variety here of younger versus...
There's Draculas, there's Nosferatus.
Yeah, there's all different kinds. You see
Interview with vampires.
some that look
Some
like...
goddamn sparkling ones.
Yeah,
They know fucking Twilight.
there's one in the corner. It's like,
He's like, oh.
Robert, you stop that.
Can't stop glowing.
You stop your sparkling. He's like, fine. It's like a spell he's casting every like 30 seconds.
Killer.
But I am vengeance.
Giving us a bad name. She is foolish. She is foolish, but it worked.
She doesn't speak to me like she spoke to Dagon, like she spoke to you, but she guided me here.
There you are mistaken, Malachi. It is you who does not speak to her. And that is what she was trying to remedy with this. Of course, you are your own person. But we all carry the memories of our ancestors with us. Pieces of their souls live on inside of all of us. And so Dagon, a part of him, lives on in you. I'm not sure what she has shared with you, but she came to me 2 decades. More time is... It gets fuzzy after a while. And she had a plan, and I agreed, but not for her. For him, and only him. She wants his forgiveness. I will not claim to know if she deserves it. But without it, he cannot. He will not allow himself to move on. And that is what broke my heart, after everything.
I saw his last moments.
He lets out a very long sigh. I was only told of them. From Missouri, we all were.
I think I was there with him in the end. He could see me and I could see him. He wasn't alone.
He smiles at that, looks down.
Azora. He was the one, the day of my birth, wasn't he?
He was. I have much to tell you, but I fear that your friends are a bit uncomfortable in this hall.
For the first time, Kai is actually going to acknowledge the,
The hundreds.
all of the hundreds of them. Perhaps we can find someplace a bit more private.
Yes, there is a dining hall. I welcome you all to follow me and some of my associates. Turns and looks. There are a few of the clearly much more in control of themselves, well-dressed individuals that walk up alongside, leaving several others to take care of anybody else who's kind of been like skittering behind, and all of them. And he nods and turns, looks up at everyone and says, I will return shortly. Please do not be afraid. We have much to discuss, and I will be back. And he nods to you all, a double nod to Theratrix as they lead you through the halls. What you do notice is the one that you had come through almost looked like it had been abandoned. Like there are multiple hallways that kind of lead into this large atrium, a very large double door that seems like it's the main entrance, but then a couple, we'll say like between 4 and 6 other smaller tunnels, and the one that you arrived through looks like no one really went down there. There weren't a whole lot of rooms that appeared to be used. It was like folks just don't. But as he leads you down this other hallway, it's much more lived in. You're not going to smell a bunch of like yummy foods being cooked or anything like that, but it's a lot more, it's clean. It's not, caked in blood or anything. Like you're kind of looking around waiting for some kind of sense that these feral creatures are animalistic in this home, but it is actually very well cared for. And he leads you down the halls. Everything is flickering. It's this fortress, this castle in the stone is built around the crystals. The crystal has been made part of the architecture in this space. And so the light that it illuminates naturally is what kind of leads you through the hallways without needing fire and whatnot.
Just as we're walking, Kai will look to Lhorus. Are you their king or lord?
I suppose Lord would be the closest. I am their creator. Or at least the one who created their creator. And so on and so forth. They trust me. They follow me. We are a family in a way. In a way.
And I was told there are other groups like this one.
There are. Or I should say there are no vampires in Divenia, so you misheard.
Of course.
Even the vampires are sticking to that line.
And he smiles. His toothy, jagged, fanged smile. He leads you into a dining hall with a long table that probably very few people ever sit at, and gestures for you to sit. There are a couple of one or two of his associates like do a snap or clap, and a couple of humans in like very nice clothing, clearly butlers and maids of some kind. They walk in.
Also, I'm assuming everyone here is going to be a vampire.
It is hard to tell, but you can see, at least from these folks, you're not up on your vampire lore, but what you notice about these two in particular that have come into the room is you can actually see like the scars, like open-ish wounds on their neck. Not quite.
They're a bunch of Renfields.
Just the not just like the two fangs, but it's like there's like an open-ish kind of.
Okay.
Where if they had been a vampire, that would have healed up.
Yep.
He gestures you all sit, and he says, "It may be not very long. We'll get you some real food. Typically, things are done a little differently around here. As I'm sure you can imagine. Our palates are different than yours."
Bit more restrictive.
Yes, you could say that. So, you are companions with my son. Keeping him safe. Getting him here.
Yep, that's us.
We help keep him safe, despite his very best efforts sometimes.
Well,
Gonna like kick him under the table.
I am pleased, as I had heard that Malachi Morningstar was dead.
Well, as you can see,
Only half dead. Taps your hand. Big smile on his
Dad
face.
jokes.
He's only known him for a couple. He's already banging out dad jokes.
I've been waiting to use these for years.
as you can see, my condition has been greatly exaggerated by the crown.
He's been writing them.
He's been waiting decades, so he's got a backlog.
Are you trying to set you? Are you guys hungry? Are you hungry? Hi, hungry. I'm dead. He's just like trying to get him out any way he can.
He again takes another kind of deep breath, but then he looks to you slightly. The smile fades a little bit. Not greatly exaggerated, though. Isn't that right?
No.
And he looks over to Eldon as well. Please show me.
I will take off his jacket and roll up his sleeve, show the black vein infection.
Is this the first time we're seeing that?
No, he showed
everyone.
Yeah.
last
You
time.
did.
I
Eldon
hope
did
you
not.
swore profusely for Ayla in that instance.
Now, as you're sitting here, it is probably about the size of like this coin, the wound, and it has spread out like the dark veins. And he looks to you, Eldon, anticipatorily.
Eldon will sigh. You can't get out of this. His friend's dad is calling him out.
He can smell you.
Can smell your blood. You
And
have
with
some
his eyes
shitty blood. Blood is shit.
And with his closed eyes, he'll tug up the sleeve just far enough, like on the table to show it, and then pull it back down.
It's some kind of divine rot.
Yes.
We first encountered it on Yamari Island, across the world, and then in the meadows, and even just over the border here.
It is infecting your entire being. Do you know where it comes from?
There's a rift on Yamari Island to another plane.
So not here.
It might actually be from here.
What do you mean?
I think the source is back at Squall's End. Yuri came to visit me in a dream and revealed some things, and it all starts at Squall's End. And hopefully ends there.
As far as we know, we may have a couple of weeks before it overtakes us.
I would agree with that assessment. I can smell it moving through your system.
As far as we know, there's no way of stopping it.
There's only one way. And he'll look over at Theratrix. Theratrix had it too.
Who else had it?
But Vascan Vederick saw fit to cure him of it.
And not you.
I guess not. But that does tell us that it can, in one way or another, be cured.
Through divine magic.
Lhorus slams his hand down on the table at that. You had not seen, it's like jolting as he slams his hand down, and there's this rage on his face, and his teeth are bared, and he just says, "And not you!" And he's staring at you. And then he stops and collects himself for a second. She is still a fickle bitch, he yells out into nothing. Because she could cure you, couldn't she?
I surmised if she wanted me cured, I would be.
Then she won't. And do you know why that is? Because it's more leverage. She is not curing you to get to me, to make me angry.
And why does she need leverage on you?
So that I will convince you to forgive her. To save your life. To save my son and my oldest, dearest friend, my only family. The person I loved and love more than anything in all of Eleothis. Because if you do not forgive her, then you are ripped away from me. again.
How long has Dagon been gone? Hundreds, a millennia. And she's still trying to force. And Kai stops himself from saying his hand.
It's the one thing she wants more than anything, and I cannot claim to know why. The gods are
Fickle.
worthless, disgusting creatures, horrific, petty.
They see themselves above us, different, simply because they have power. No different than a king or a queen who looks down upon a peasant.
No. She used Dagon to destroy countless vampires, liches, undead creatures of all kinds. I joined him. For a long time, we slaughtered everyone that we saw that she told us to. Until Dagon saw. Until I was a bad influence on him and started asking questions. And then she sent me on a suicide mission.
I saw. I know what Dagon felt.
And that was my foolishness. I should have known. I think I did know. I wanted to believe differently. But he looks to all of you, and then kind of rests his gaze again on Eldon, and mostly because of your link, we'll say, to Kai in this disease, because he wouldn't necessarily know about Vascan Veterix, but he says, never give gods the benefit of the doubt. The lesson I learned too late.
She has too much pride.
That will never change.
Tell me about my mother.
When you say that, his eyes soften and he gets another smile back on his face. And he leans back in the way of someone who's recalling nothing but fond memories of someone with the mention of her name.
Was Rebecca just another pawn?
Not to me. And that's where we're going to take a break. Lhorus leans back in his chair at the long length of dining room table that you all find yourselves at, as he does, that smile on his face, thinking back to Rebecca at the mention of her name. The servants start bringing in some foods, mostly, we'll say, like cold meats and cheeses and things, just to get you started, because they were not planning on cooking warm meals for mortals.
Someone run to the deli.
And Lhorus looks at you, Kai, and then kind of scans the room at everyone else. Rebecca Morningstar. She was the first sunlight, the first warmth I felt after death. A ray of sunshine in a world that had gone dark. The Raven Queen asked me to speak with Rebecca about her plan. Not necessarily the intricate details or why. And so I met with your mother over the course of many months. We got to know one another. And we grew to love one another. I would never do anything to hurt her or to coerce her. I can assure you no magic was used to coerce or manipulate or charm. Your mother did not walk through life. She moved with purpose. She moved as if fate itself dared not to touch her without permission. We had to be careful. And we were. Or she was. I was not as much. She caused my cold heart to beat once again. And with that, perhaps I changed. Azura, I believe, had me followed. Then he found out. At first, I don't believe that he understood why I was meeting with Rebecca Morningstar. What cause would he have for alarm? But he'd been around a long time. And he knew others that had been around a long time. And with that much knowledge, resources, eventually the link to Dagon was found out. I don't know that he necessarily knew the extent of the pact that I had made with the Raven Queen, but Dagon of the Dawn's Light is a well-known legend amongst the vampire communities. A myth that we know to be true. And so he attempted to stop your birth. But he was not successful. For my part, I knew I could not stop him when he left that night. But what I could do was prevent him from being able to come back. And so, the legends say that Niklaus was the one who killed Azura, and he did, in his own right. But vampires are not so easy to defeat, especially those that have lived many centuries. Each one has its own weaknesses. And so when Azura returned, I was waiting. And when he believed himself to be in a safe space, I dropped his resting coffin into the river. Then he was no more.
I try to be dramatic.
However, Samael found out. Samael was Azura's sire, the one who made him. But he is insane. He has been around a very long time. And Azura, for all of his anger and brashness, was a leader people could get behind. Samael is not. So I would say, luckily for me, he has not been able to gather all of the other vampire leaders and lords together, as he has been waging his assault on me and my fortress around Bloodletter since the day of your birth. And I wish I had better news, but I am losing that battle. And I have been since it was waged. He is unable to get the others, Drislina and others, to work with him, but they will not work with me either. It was not 10 days ago I lost my second in command. She had been with me for quite some time. Miali. And when he says her name, you see several of the others in the room like bow their heads. The couple of like commander type folks that have been standing off to the side, and the butlers. Samael has been watching this space once he determined exactly where I was holed up. And he prevents us now from going out and increasing our numbers. I may be foolish to say it, but everyone you saw in that hall is who I have left. And believe me, they are a force to be reckoned with, but not against 10 times that number.
Fucking always something, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
We need a cat in here.
I can go in and get the electric racket.
This Samael, is he the oldest amongst all of you?
I would be a fool to say yes. It's truly unknown. He is the oldest of those that I know. But the longer you are here, the less stable your mind is. I've heard tales of older vampires that prefer to be alone.
So, going back, can you tell me one thing?
I hope I can.
Why all of this? Why is it important?
Your existence?
I am not Dagon.
Dagon lives on within you. You have been blessed or cursed with his unfinished business. And the only reason why I agreed to this is because he was the most honorable man that I have ever known. He was loyal to a fault, to me, to her, and he never truly got to live a life for himself. He abandoned his family to spare them, or perhaps himself, their loss, or the potential of losing him. He swore off any kind of love once he determined that his immortality just meant he would watch everyone around him die. And when we arrived, the elves, the first to live seemingly forever, he finally found someone who he could grow with and love and have a family with. And I cannot tell you what to do. But if Dagon, through you, does not forgive the Raven Queen, then he is doomed to walk in nothing, never achieving his well-earned rest. And though it angers me beyond comprehension to acquiesce to this creature who calls herself a god, I couldn't imagine a fate like that befalling someone like him.
She has shown me visions, both visions from Dagon's perspective as well as her own.
He smirks at that.
They're not just visions. Their essence, their feelings, their emotions. If it offers you any peace, she does feel guilt for Dagon.
I
And
wish I
shame.
could say it did. I truly do.
So, do you have any questions for me?
Well, I would say start from the beginning, but perhaps later. We can catch up. I have all of the questions.
I think I would like that.
Your companions have been quite silent, which I sincerely appreciate and also apologize. I am very aware that you are in my home and surrounded by death. But you are wise, keeping your words close. If ever there was a time, this would be it. But I do invite you to please share how you know the great Malachi Morningstar, descendant of Dagon of the Dawn's Light.
Go on. Tell him what you really think of me when you first met me, and today. Be honest.
Asshole.
He was an unlikable, brooding, non-smiling. She goes on for another few minutes.
And with all the drama starting, you see a little black head pop its head out of my bag. Like,
But once you get past the surface, you find he is quite possibly one of the most honorable, honest, and trustworthy people you will ever find.
Malachi is my dear friend, and he taught me to dance and brought me back from the dead.
He actually stops when you're speaking, and you can tell he's taking in all of whatever it is that you are. He leans in when you're speaking. Forgive me for being so forward. Your scent is unlike anyone else at this table.
Thank you.
The blood that courses through your veins is not of Eleothis. At least none that I've come across, and I've been here for at least 1,300 years.
You've never encountered any blood like mine in all that time?
No. There is something divine within it. In a different way than these two. I've seen Earth's Genasi before. That scent is familiar. It's the rest. It's very powerful.
You have new god smell.
there's the episode name right there. God smell.
You need that for an air freshener for your car. For your
Just
car.
that new God smell.
God smell.
He turns to Eldon. And you, a dragon companion. Quite young. Does it listen to you?
You can speak to Theratrix.
Come on, DM. Be two characters and talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself, DM. Entertain us.
I thought this whole time Theratrix was out there with like the whole vampire herd. Like I didn't think he was
came
brought
in
into
with-
like the dining room table.
Amen.
No, he's enjoying some fine cheeses
Yeah,
and
they
meats
did
with
the
us.
vampires was just around him, like
Yeah, like because he was like he said something to the to the vampires, and then like we went in there. I thought Theratrix was like out there
he
kind of
went
like
with you.
talking their ear off and shit.
He says respectfully, I've spoken to a number of dragons in my time, and I don't much prefer their company. But he seems to listen, being quiet. That's quite an interesting ally to have at your side.
He is my brother. In spirit.
Well. He turns, looking away towards Kethra.
I was gonna say, Eldon's not being, like, aggressive, but he's not looking away either.
Yeah.
He's, like, definitely maintaining eye contact.
You see, he, as he turns to look away, I mean, this man has been alive for a long time, so he's respecting the eye contact. And he reaches forward, and there's a goblet in front of him. There is always going to be a goblet in front of him. And he picks it up and takes a sip, and then turns to look at Kethra, puts it down. And I hear a Devenian accent as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this little tiny bug.
Alone.
Not everything in this cave is dead. There's bugs.
There's a big one. That one's moving.
Are you in love with my son? I can hear your heart beating.
Why do you ask?
I can smell it.
He takes another sip. Says, I've just missed out on so much.
Actually, I am.
His smile has, like, not faded. He's very just...
What are your intentions with my son?
Nice.
My intentions in the very beginning were purely impure. Thank you. We're not going to start that way, though. I just expected to bump and leave, but
Smash.
He followed me like a puppy now.
I turned around and there he was. All right.
I sense a deep power in all of you. It is also the only explanation that as to how you got this far.
It has been a wild ride.
We have had some divine help along the way.
I can tell. You'll need more of it. I will say, You said you were the Woven Fates. And I wonder if fate has brought you here now. As Samael is at our doorstep. And we expect him to essentially make his way in here any day now. We are down to pittance when it comes to the number of folks we have left.
Samael, does he come himself, or just send?
Oh, he arrives with all of his many. He is unwell. A much smarter person would not. But he is incredibly strong. He is not afraid of me and my people. But I am very tired. And I suppose I can just say that I'm glad that I was able to see you before the end. If I know the Raven Queen, and sadly, I do, then I know she will not let you have Bloodletter. Unless you give her the words that she has been longing to hear.
Quid pro quo.
I forgive you. But you would have to mean it.
I would, wouldn't I? I really think it's about time me and her had a conversation.
Well, Samael is not going to attack tonight. So why don't we enjoy our meal, get to know one another.
Do you still play chess? I remember you and Dagon.
I did. He takes another sip. With me, Ollie. I have not. Since he took her.
Perhaps you'll humor me one more time.
Of course. You all have your meal. He makes light talk, asking random questions about all of you. Just, what's your favorite color?
It's still like the most uncomfortable meal.
Oh, yes,
all
absolutely.
existence.
They're every once in a while, because they keep the double doors open to this dining hall. You can see like somebody just like sneak past.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, when a servant comes in, you actually see the rest of the court all on the other side of the door. Like,
Somebody's like up on the ceiling,
Like
peeks
every-
down, keeps going. But you have a nice meal. He lets you know also that you'll be able to sleep, undisturbed. No one would dare to his son and their friends.
feels so special.
While you are here, are there any scenes that you would like to, like, I assume, Dagon and Kai will catch up. He's going to ask all about his sister, like, all of, like, everything, basically. But, yeah, any particular scenes?
At some point, Ayla is going to talk to Eldon
Okay.
privately.
Slap him.
Okay, yes. So, that night, or, okay, that night. Go ahead.
And he's like, oh, right now.
The meal is over. You're all like getting your rooms all like beautiful, opulent rooms. You're not really sure how many rooms there are in this space, but there's a lot of them, and they're beautiful and decked out and gorgeous and beautifully carved. You do come to find that the butlers, there are thralls here who are servants that are humans. Not all of them are losing their minds and stuff. Some of them, but they keep them away. Like, you can see some of them that are doing the whole like down the hall, and like, people who are going through some kind of transformation that you're not really sure exactly, but
Go to use
they
the
just like
bathroom.
pay them no mind. Yeah.
Sorry, Akapana.
But like the butlers, they keep you away and explain a little bit about how this all works, just high level. They let the vampires feed on them. They're happy to be here. But not everybody,
Blink 3 times in a row if you need rescue.
They are very forthcoming that not everybody, and so is Lhorus, not everybody here wanted to be here. He gathers people as he needs them to protect his space, and they were going out into the countryside and getting folks to like build up his army, but with Samael now like right outside, anytime they've been sending people out, just they don't come back, and they are now at the point where the fighting that was happening out has been starting to encroach, and he hasn't been able to like replenish
So
people.
we really snuck in the back door then.
Yes,
with that,
and that hidden door was like the only way you could have gotten through it was with Bloodletter's shadow. So they weren't even guarding it. They had sent somebody down to make sure that it was sealed back up, but there was no expectation that anybody would come through there. So yeah, this is not like Lhorus is like the best vampire in the world. He only takes people who want to be, he's a vampire. This is what he does, and he's not hiding it. Not everybody wanted to be here. People grew into it, and some of them have never. But they are loyal to him, and they will not do anything that he says not to do.
Vikings, when they took slaves, and they were just like, you're just part of the community now.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice, so
right.
Make the best of it.
But he's not some like high and mighty moral. He takes people when he wants them. So anyway, as they present to you your rooms, Iolite approaches Eldon.
So when were you going to tell me about that?
I don't know. When it got bad, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I'm mad about it.
I'm not happy about it. That's why I've been trying to stay away from you. Whatever this is, whatever happened to that giant, that troll, I don't want that for you.
Is that why you've been sleeping with Theratrix?
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was because of all my new look. It's kind of a lot, so.
With his right hand, because he's got it on his left arm, he'll put his hand on her cheek and just kind of trace comes down her face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he'll just trace his thumb down it. No. It's not you. Not at all.
Well, I mean, that's good. I was getting really worried, but I just wish you had said something sooner.
Well, I didn't want to worry anybody, and it worries me. I don't want that to happen to me either. But I just really didn't want it to happen to anybody else.
We've made it really far. Too far to start keeping things secret. Even bad things. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna figure it out. Just please, Elle, don't hide anything from me ever again.
Okay.
She'll kiss him on the cheek.
It's scary. When Kethra attacked that preacher, I could hear them. I could hear it in my head. And I felt anger at myself for when I put arrows through it. But that's not my anger. Whatever this thing is, this Moander, it's inside me. And it scares me.
you're connected to its thoughts?
Something. I think Kai is too.
Even now, as you're having this conversation, in the back of your mind, that whisper that you can't quite understand is there. It's like in your ears, but in your head. And it's faint, but it is definitely ever present when it gets quiet around.
She just kind of activates her glove, and softly it's glowing, and she'll touch it just to see if it will do anything. The gloves of hope.
Are you doing any kind of anything with the shard or just the gloves?
I think if it's possible to use the shard to try to amplify the glove, that she would do. She's obviously never tried doing that before. She hasn't really done a whole lot. Like, since getting all the shards, I don't know that she's really done something like this.
Roll a d20.
Is either going to be really good or it's going to blow my arm off?
Problem solved. The arm is gone.
It would be sweet revenge for me taking out your mini.
You take your arm, I take your whole character's arm. 6.
You
Took all your arm hairs off.
your shard like glows. Every hairline crack in your body has just a faint glow as you amplify the magic that's in the glove and touching the space on his arm where that rot is spreading. You feel a...
See the fruit fly coming at my face.
You feel a jolt of power. You take 4 points of necrotic damage as there is this I want to say like a battle of powers, opposing powers that happened in this blink of an eye, in which you were not victorious. But it is like just a painful jolt of almost like electricity that causes your hand to feel tingly afterwards, but it is painful, and you get a flash in your head just for a moment of so many mouths in darkness whispering, but only one voice. And it's split second, all happens very quickly, and it hurts. You get it like headache, but also see like the glove kind of pulses a little bit, and then these two powers did not work well together. And you felt it. And you heard the whisper for a second.
And could I tell what it was saying?
No.
It's just like a...
Yeah.
When that happens, like when he's gonna pull his arm away and like pull his sleeve down real quick, like.
Yeah, she kind of like goes like this and like takes the glove off and puts it on the ground. No, just sticks it in her pocket. It's like, I'm sorry, I had to try.
I appreciate it.
We'll figure it out.
Theratrix had it too, like I said. But Vascon Veterix healed him or took it away.
And why isn't he doing that for you? You're his voice.
Racist.
You're the reason he's here.
Like Kai and Lhorus had said earlier, gods are fickle things. He so badly wants to tell her about him and Theratrix's conversation about Eldon not being the voice.
Can you like talk to him? Can
No.
Theratrix say something?
Theratrix prayed, and he was healed. Theratrix is a dragon, and I'm not. I think in this case, Theratrix gets special consideration. If this goes too far, I need to know that I won't become whatever that giant became. I refuse to let Moander take my thoughts and my feelings away from me. If that time comes, I'm gonna need someone to do that for me.
It won't come to that. But if it does,
I'll call Des, dear.
I know a guy.
As he walks in the room, Eldon's like, chew.
Does he walks in?
Okay. Is it okay if I'm assuming, are we in Iolite's room?
yeah.
Do you think it'd be okay if I stayed here tonight?
I think so.
He's got the cooties.
Can I just wrap it up? You'll be all right.
He's got the cooties.
As long as you wrap it up.
Double entendre. Didn't even mean that to be that way, but it came out that way. Sorry.
There's a little rap on the door. Like, blood, evening blood.
Isla's outside. Did you slap him yet?
Put the do not disturb sign on the door.
The scrunchie on the door.
All right. Do you want to play chess or do you want to off-screen chess?
No, we can
Okay.
just off.
Who wins? Do you guys have to roll to see who wins? Who wins? Rollies?
Yeah, let's do rollies.
What if you spend the
Is it
Add your
Best out of 3.
What if you spend the week playing chess in the Discord?
Oh my god, I used to be good.
It's been a long time
Yeah,
since I played chess.
it'll just be embarrassing.
I was going to say, it would probably be comedy gold watching me and Izzy play chess. I haven't played in
been a
like
long
20
time.
years.
I haven't played chess till she taught me how to play chess, and then haven't played chess 11 years
Did you
ago.
screw with him, like doing en
No, he
passant
won.
and castling? No?
No, he
She
won.
said I won, but I don't believe
No,
it.
you did. I lost my ability to think ahead. Yes. Why don't you? What do we want to add? Our intelligence, our wisdom, our charisma.
I mean, if I had choice, I would definitely say charisma.
You just smiling
All
the
right,
whole
let's
time?
do.
But
Come on, Dad, let me win.
I just
Come on, Pop.
want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm also,
To make up for lost time.
because I
I'm waiting
haven't
for him
used
to
it
bust
this
out the
whole
baseball
time.
glove.
Pretty sure I'm proficient in.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my things. So can I add my proficiency bonus too?
Nice.
Play some ball, son.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead. Yeah, let's roll our d20s. I went with charisma just for this one because he's kind of. I picture him kind of being.
Keeping the same. Dirty 20.
Okay. I only had a 16.
Oh,
So.
smoke the old man.
Let's,
The first
oh, I was
guy.
going to say multiple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a 16. Let's do like 5. This time he's gonna go with intelligence because he sees like he gave you a little bit, and then he's
playing smart now.
Oh, but that was a low roll.
He gave you that
7.
He gave you that first.
That's a natural 18.
Okay, so he's impressed. All right, the next one he's gonna go with. He's gonna go with wisdom. That's a nat 20 on his end.
Ooh. And if I add my proficiency, that is 20 plus my charisma, 25.
Oh, hey, you had a 24. So,
You're just beating Daddy.
2 more, right?
Goddamn, you're smoking the old man.
Way at the bottom.
He's now trying to win. 16.
That's a natural 3.
Best thing
Okay.
I bought ever.
You still are
Miracle
winning.
Box.
So good for just.
Last one. These rolls are bad. Whew.
I was like, we all get snacking when we get stressed.
19.
There you go.
Yeah, an 11.
Nice.
You win. He's all fangy smiles.
Flips the board in.
2,000 years I've never lost.
You're no son of mine.
The minions always lose on purpose.
He's like, you are my boy. I have
They've
my
been
doubts,
dying.
but you are my boy.
I don't know why he's suddenly
Count Chocula.
Did Dagon always win too?
There's got to be some Count Choculas. there.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I imagine
at least
like-
a dozen.
I would imagine that Lhorus taught Dagon how to play.
But see, like in my mind, like this is how I'm totally like writing it in my head, my own head canon, because that's what I do. Is like Dagon. Oh, even though Lhorus taught Dagon how to play, he was such a quick study that he started beating Lhorus, and you just beat him in probably like the same way that Dagon always beat Lhorus.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh shit, like this is all real. Like just that little extra really is him.
He did
Confirmation.
the signature move.
Yep. Even like go across and like knock his queen off the same way like Dagon would.
It's like the same mannerisms.
Yeah.
So, question for Kai. Does Kai make his decision tonight?
He is going tonight, when everyone goes to bed, he is going to go pray to the Raven Queen in order to, before saying anything, he wants to finally have a conversation.
Okay. Where does he do this?
Probably somewhere quiet, so
There would be a temple room.
I was going to say
yeah.
some sort of temple or just like quiet hallway that isn't being used, just some place where he won't be interrupted.
Okay. There's both. I kind of picture him in like a hallway, leaning up against a wall or something. Because I don't picture him getting on his knees and being like,
No,
Raven
he's-
Queen.
At most he would sit down with his legs crossed, but he's definitely not like kneeling
Yeah.
to pray. Like this is more of a, I keep using the word conversation, but it's more of like a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Confrontation?
Not quite confrontation, but this is like something that has been building of.
It's definitely going to be heated.
Yeah. Okay. So you find a hallway, darkened off to the side. Lhorus has instructed his people to definitely like leave everybody alone unless approached. They are not to approach you. So there are several like as you kind of set yourself up to have this conversation. You see a couple of well-dressed vampires, very clearly vampires, the way that they're just carrying themselves, who walk by, they see you in the hall, and then they like whisper to each other and then just keep going. There's a lot of that's going on. But you are then in your own space in this hall with this pink glow that's just illuminating everything, waiting for the Raven Queen.
So, Dagon will take his jacket off, fold it up, lay it by his side, take Bloodletter's shadow, lay it across his lap, and he's close to the wall, but he's not leaning up against, but he will, instead of standing that proper square, he's going to actually, like, let himself relax for a moment before he closes his eyes. For a long time, I felt like I was meant for more in this world. And you have shown me that there has been more behind the scenes. And all I want is an honest conversation before I make my decision. And I'll meditate and wait.
Roll a d20. This is not necessarily to see if it happens. This is to see how long it takes. And if it takes a while, you're not going to be able to sleep that night.
It's a natural 18.
Okay.
I know you say natural before a number. I both get like happy and worried. I'm like, oh, which one had a natural 1 or natural 20?
It's for the drama.
You sit silently for, it has to be at least 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm going to say 18 hours.
Well, it's an 18 on a 20, so. Until you feel like the hallway you are in has changed.
Oh.
Ooh.
You got it already.
I did not. I am not really a vampire.
This thing, I swear, like you said, is incorporeal. It doesn't have form.
It's non-corporeal.
Ethereal. Ethereal gnat.
Not fucking 20.
It's a pixie.
When you open your eyes, you see, like, turning to the left, deeper into the darkness of the hallway, away from where the people were walking and deeper, you can see in the shadow, in the darkness there, even though you have dark vision, it's almost like there's just black, except for the expressionless white mask of a face that she has shown you. Sometimes with almost like the raven beak, other times it's just more smooth, but it's there in the darkness, not saying anything yet, but you can see her hovering in that space.
Kai will begin to approach, not like all the way up to it, but close enough where you wouldn't have to yell or anything. You have given me many, many answers. Answers for questions I didn't even know to ask. You've stayed quiet. Let me discover it. Though I have not seen you until now, I have felt your presence. I want to know, Dagon, did you actually care for him?
It is quiet. The mask that looks at you has no eyes. It's just black. There's a slight tilt of the head to the side. And then a almost imperceptibly small nod, just once. Very, very small. And then back up. No words.
I thought so. You wouldn't have done all that you have if he was just another champion, another warrior,
Another weapon. It was more. I've seen what you've shown me. I've felt what you wanted me to feel. The whole process has been enlightening. But I think I get it. You want honesty. You want truth. And you interfered with Dagon and his choices. And you saw what happened. I am not Dagon. I cannot agree to blindly follow. But if you can be honest with me, I will follow you. I will do what needs to be done. But I am a follower. I am not a pawn. I am not a weapon. I have been that my whole life. If you can agree to that, I will be your champion as long as you need it.
The head, which had stayed just slightly tilted, straightens again in this darkness. And there is a long silence that maybe for anyone else would be uncomfortable. But time, and you know this, time doesn't mean anything to a god. And so then another, like a deeper nod this time, just one down and up. You get the impression that the fact that you're even looking at her straight on is whatever energy is required to make this happen. Your conversation is likely to be very one-sided from a vocal perspective, but like you haven't been able to look at her ever for more than a second. So even the fact that this floating face is there is very powerful.
I am not giving you an ultimatum or conditions, but me and my friends have to finish what we've started.
He'll look down at his arm.
This rot, it needs to be expunged from this plane. And quite honestly, I don't believe we can do it without your help. But after hearing Lhorus, after seeing your visions, I do feel as though you understand us mortals better than you like to let on. And if mortals can make mistakes, so can gods. And if mortals deserve redemption and forgiveness, so do the divine. I forgive you.
When you say the words, the moment you're done, the black eye like cutouts in this mask, you see almost like they begin to run. Like tears are forming in that darkness and run down the face until there's separation, darkness that's kind of almost tearing through the face. There's this heavy sigh, just long, like a yoga breath, a long like, and like the face kind of like tilts up and then backwards into darkness, and then you are able to see down the hall all that magical divine black disappears. You're looking through this hallway with the glow, the pink. You look down at your arm, and there is nothing there.
Thank you. I still have work to finish, but I'll be awaiting your call, my queen.
You know in this moment that you can kind of feel the dissipation of Bloodletter's shadow. It's gone. And in the throne room is your champion's weapon.
After the feeling, as Bloodletter's shadow has almost been a part of Kai since he was given it, he feels when it's gone almost immediately. And then he remembers what Lhorus said, that Bloodletter is waiting. So he turns around and begins to walk back into that open room with the giant crystal.
And there are members of Lhorus's court still there, hanging off to the side, watching you. That very like cinematic scene of walking into this throne room, the crystals, the colors.
It's like everyone's having like little conversations, and all of a sudden the big like 10-foot double doors open, and everyone's like
pushing the doors open.
Yes.
Even though there's no wind, is your leather jacket flapping?
Oh yes.
As you walk forward towards the place where Dagon put the crystal, which if I had it would be right here. What does it look like as you remove?
So, Bloodletter's shadow has the same. Bloodletter has the same basic color and design of Bloodletter's shadow, but blade itself, actually, as Bloodletter's shadow had that steely silver, this is more of a black blade within itself, but the edge is pure silver up through the handle, and at the top where the guard is, it's like a raven head towards the top of the blade and the wings down in the handle with a dark black gem on the very end of the pommel. And silver bindings around a black leather handle.
And as it like butter just slides out of the crystal, you hear like gasps from a couple of the vampires. Several of them actually, like of the younger ones, probably like run out of the room. They're just like, oh well, no, like this is Dagon's. This is the mythical sword of Dagon, the Dawn's Light. A couple of others stand close by, just watching as you hold this sword that you have held thousands of times before. It is yours. It has always been yours. It is an extension of you.
I was literally just about to say extension. It is almost a part of him.
And you are whole once again with your champion's sword in hand.